Some men aren't drowning, they're just slowly disappearing. And nobody's noticing because what happens is they still show up, they still go to work, they're still paying the bills, still providing for their family. That's what fine looks like. But internally, they feel disconnected. They're numb, they're restless, and they probably can't even tell you why. Something's missing on the inside, and they can't tell you what it is. Now, the dangerous thing is a man can survive like that for years. My name is Eric Wayne Wade. I meet with men just like you every week to break the silence, unmask, and embrace vulnerability to rise into the men we were created to be. I believe most men today are exhausted in ways that they don't even have language for, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. As men, most of us were taught how to perform, but very few of us were taught how to process. And so what happens is we become experts at being able to function and show up, but silently on the inside, we suffer. We keep moving, we keep producing, we keep distracting ourselves. And eventually we lose connection with ourselves altogether. Now, this isn't weakness, but this happens because as men, we rarely slow down long enough to hear what's going on the inside. Now, this disconnection will show up in a lot of subtle ways. You can be impatient, irritable, little things start to set you off. Or you might go in the other direction where you disconnect emotionally, you shut down, you keep from feeling pretty much anything at all. Now, most men call this just being tired, but deep down they know it's so much more than that. You stop feeling inspired, you stop feeling connected to purpose, you start living in autopilot. Wake up, work, distraction, sleep. Wake up, work, distraction, sleep. And somewhere in that cycle, you lose who you truly are. All right, before you scroll, this is not one of those weird men's retreats. No awkward trust falls, no sitting in a circle forcing feelings out of you. This is just a few days to step away, clear your head, and connect with some solid guys who are actually trying to grow. And listen, we've got options too. Solo rooms, 2 per room, or 3 per room if you're bringing your crew. It's real conversations, real perspective, and a chance to reset without all the noise of everyday life. If that sounds like something you've been needing, come join us. Today's men carry a lot. There's no secret. Pressure to provide, pressure to succeed, pressure to keep it all together. And most men, they never feel like they can stop because the moment they do, everything they've been avoiding starts to come to the surface. Stress, doubt, insecurities, unresolved emotions and feelings. So instead of slowing down, what do? We stay busy. We scroll, we numb out, we binge watch, we overwork, whatever we can do to avoid sitting with ourselves. But here's the thing, avoidance doesn't heal a man. It only prolongs the moment that he has to eventually face himself. And eventually this becomes more than emotional. It becomes spiritual because a man that's disconnected from himself becomes disconnected from his purpose, from meaningful relationships, from his calling. And what happens is you start feeling like you're just existing instead of truly living. And I truly believe this is why so many men are restless right now. It's not because they lack success. It's because they lack alignment. Their outer world keeps moving, but their inner world is starving for attention. So what do? What's the fix? Well, here's the truth. Most men don't need more hype. Okay, they don't need a convention. They don't need a motivational speaker yelling affirmations at them. What they need is space. Space to slow down. Space to get away from all the noise. Space to reflect, reconnect with who they truly are without the performance, without the pressure, without the masks. And they need real brotherhood, not just surface level conversations, but time spent with men who are willing to be honest, willing to challenge each other, willing to grow intentionally. Because healing and growth happen faster when a man is truly seen. If you've been feeling disconnected lately, if you feel like you've been carrying life instead of actually living it, you need to know that you're not broken, but you do need to slow down long enough to reconnect with yourself. That's part of the reason we created spaces in the Unmasked Workshop and the Ridge Collective or the retreat that's coming up this fall. It's not for perfect men. It's not for men who are pretending like they have it all together. It's for the man that's ready to stop living on autopilot. It's for the man who's ready to start breathing, reflecting, reconnecting with who he really is without the performance. If any of that resonates with you, reach out and let's do this work together.